Hey guys, this is zeee.al here in downtown San Diego. As you may all know, a lot of homeless people live in this area, so I came around, kind of talk to them, give you a little bit of insight on how they live and what's their life like. So stick around, it's going to be interesting.
I was born in Hillcrest Hospital.
I'm from Flint, Michigan.
I'm from LA.
I'm from Evansville, Indiana.
Born in Little Rock, Arkansas. When I got divorced, my wife got over $10,000 in tools, so I could no longer work.
I ended up on the street by my mom. I've ended up on the street by my mom and dad, doing a lot of bad stuff and moving place to place, and always seeing my dad beat up my mom.
I have a drug problem really bad. My mom told me I can't go home until I go to a year program. And then I started having problems with, like, a bunch of gang members.
I got arrested too much and my parents locked doors on me. I just don't have the energy to work, so I just went to shelter home.
Family problems. Me and my mom don't really get along.
I used to be on drugs. I used to do cocaine years ago.
I ended up hit by a bus.
Stage 4 full-blown body cancer. It's in my right leg, from my bone fibula not healing right, my right arm from it being fractured so much. I have 7 different spine diseases: scoliosis, spondylosis, Foster syndrome, sacral joint dysfunction, degenerative disc, osteoporosis, where all my bones are disintegrating, and cancer on the right side of my chest, and 3 heart murmurs.
8, 9 years.
Almost a year.
Probably about 5 years.
Since 2010.
Applied for a job or
Yeah,
you have?
I applied, but they always say there's too many people.
It's difficult sometimes to come up with the desire and the gumption to get up and get out there. A human being takes no only so many times.
You applied for housing?
I can't find housing or Social Security and ID. I've been living there for like days now.
Oh, you don't have identification? That's why they're not trying to give you anything?
I just how you don't know nobody to know where to go get ID.
You said you're pregnant? When will you be expecting a baby?
June 26th of this year.
How are you alive?
God, by the grace of God.
Or every penny you give them, they use it for drugs. What do you want to say to these people?
Well, I would say that we are, some of us, society's misfits, and we have been cast aside. There are some very intelligent people out here. There are some educated people out here, but something in their life put them a little bit to the left, and they can't find their way back. Like me, I was a union carpenter. I made 80 grand a year. You know, I helped build San Diego. I helped build Las Vegas. I helped build New Mexico. My situation has cost me over $1 million. Think about it. 80,000 a year. 10 years, that's 800,000. 20 years, that's $1.6 million. I am studying physics. Okay? There are some very intelligent people out here. You know, there are situations where, like, if you don't have identification, if you don't have a telephone, if you don't have transportation, people tend to kind of push you aside because you're not part of that society that says, I need you right now. Can you be there?
Let's say you applied for a job and you're fully qualified for the job. They interview you, and then after the interview, and it goes well, they find out that you're homeless. Do you think that's going to minimize your chances?
I have seen that happen.
Can you talk about that?
Well, I have been in the position where someone has said, I'll see you next week. And they'll do that Google search, and someone else got the job.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do wonders. If you're dying of something to eat down here, you got problems, because ain't no one starving down here, because there's food all down here for free everywhere.
Everybody does drugs?
No.
Because you don't look like you do anything.
Most of the people, they're not all drug addicts are alcoholics, like people think. People is productive in here.
No, I don't spend any of my money on drugs. Most I'll spend on drugs is $5. I'd rather, because I can get drugs for free, like, with pretty much anybody. Like, guys try to put dope in my face all night, like, to get in my pants and stuff, and it's really gross. Like, I tell them no all night to dope, so I wouldn't pay for that.
How have you been, like, I know you're sick, and how do you cope with that living out here with no resources, with no...
People standing by me. It's a lot of people that come to help. People, strangers just come up and pull up on the side of the road and give away free food, really nice clothes, really nice food. And a lot of people around here, they're in the same situation I am, but they'll still watch out for me and make sure I'm safe and make sure nobody kidnaps me or beats me up or anything like that.
You applied for housing?
Yeah, I'm 18 months ago because 10 years waiting for Section 8 so I can get housing.
Yes, I applied for housing, but it's hard to get into St. Vincent de Paul. It's real hard. I'm 10 years clean. I do not drink. I do not do any drugs. I go to school, technology class. I'm a high school graduate. I'm going to be a college graduate within 6 to 8 weeks. So
congratulations.
I got a lot. Right.
Are you looking for a job right now?
I got a job.
Oh, you
working
got
for the college.
That's great. Do they know that you're homeless?
Yes, they do. They're
Nice.
very aware of it. So they're working around what can I do, what I can't do. Things are not free in life. You have to work hard for it. I'm determined. So I get out there, I work hard enough. I saved up a lot of money, and I should be able to get in my apartment by Wednesday. I may be homeless, but I'm okay with it because I'm clean, number one. I'm happy. I'm doing good. I feel bad for them. But also they need to feel bad for themselves. They can't blame the people, the working people class out here. Oh, they're not doing anything for me. Get off your butt. Love yourself, number one. Thank God above that you're still living. You may be homeless, but you're here. I'm happy now. I'm happy inside. I may not look the part, but I feel the part. I'm okay. I'm okay for today.
Hey guys, so I had a really touching experience today. I saw all these homeless people. It really broke my heart how these people are sitting on the streets, can't take a shower when they want to, can't go to the restroom when they want to, can't even hold on to their belongings because, you never know when somebody just comes along and steals them. And it's not like these people have been homeless all their lives. At some point in their life, something happened due to like a special circumstance. They were kicked out on the street. Some of them were actually successful. Like we had 2 of them that didn't want to be on camera because they felt embarrassed to be homeless. They were already making like 80 grand a year. And for the past couple of years, something happened. Either they got stolen or they moved somewhere, or one of them got a divorce and his wife sued him for everything. So, special circumstances in life force you to bankrupt, and nobody's gonna help you out here. Honestly, besides food, some water, nobody's gonna really like give you money. And in all honesty, I think some people are really stealing from these homeless people. Let me tell you how. These people generate a lot of income. They're riding Beamers and Benzes, yet still they're seeking government assistance. Are you serious? You should be ashamed of yourself. If you're driving a nice car and these people are on the street with their kids and their kids being taken away from them just because they can't house their kids, and you're over here whipping your little car, how do you sleep at night with the right state of mind knowing that you're living comfortably and then somebody else out there who really needs the help is on the streets with their kids in the cold? How do you feel about that? Like when you look up to God, whether you believe in God or not, how do you have clear conscience doing that? In addition to people stealing from these people, the government isn't doing a very good job of housing these people or, really caring about them. They had 2 shelters in downtown San Diego. One of them got closed down because of insufficient funds, and the other one is operating right now. But think about it. Let's say a homeless person applies to a job and has an interview the next day. Obviously they have to groom, shower, and do all that good stuff. How are they going to do that if there are 50 or 40 people waiting in line to shower? And it has like operating hours, so it's from like 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. So that's, in that span of time, they have to get everything done. There's a long line of people, so it's not guaranteed. And shelters are so crowded that you have to get on a wait list just to get in the shelter. So how are these people supposed to live, just on the street with a blanket? I know San Diego has a nice weather and you can stay outside, but for how long? A day, 2, 3 days? I mean, these people have been homeless for years. I'm talking like 15 years. And what breaks my heart is that some of these homeless people are our age, like 22, 21. And they're homeless, and they've been homeless since they were 15 and 13. Alright guys, I don't want to take too much of your time, but to conclude my message, I encourage everybody to help in whatever way you can, even if you're poor, even if you don't have much. It's okay. I mean, look at me, I'm a student, I don't have a lot of money, I'm barely paying tuition. Yeah, I'm still trying to help, because think about this, you give, you get back, it never goes away. And another thing I want to tell you guys is that don't ever influence somebody not to give. Like, I know some people say, oh, just use the money for drugs or alcohol, whatever. Okay, clear your conscience. If they use it for alcohol, that's their problem. Help, do what you can, and leave the rest to them. And remember guys, nobody has ever gone broke from charity. Thank you guys so much for listening.